Unbiased Reveal channel.
I'm Peter.
I'm Jenny. And look, if you're still pulling out a traditional bank card expecting decent rewards, you might need to sit down for this.
Yeah, today we're diving deep into something that's really shaking things up. It's basically crushing conventional plastic.
We're talking about these VISA and MasterCard certified stablecoin cards.
Right, and they are, well, our sources nail it. They call it a dimension reduction attack, on the whole legacy finance system.
That's such a perfect phrase for it. Think about it really quickly. These things let you hold stable crypto, like digital dollars, basically.
Low volatility stuff.
And spend it just like cash. But while you're doing that, you're getting like 3 massive benefits traditional banks just can't touch.
Exactly. You've got first this crazy high cash back. We're talking 3%, sometimes even up to 10%, often with really high limits or none at all.
Okay, that's huge.
Then second, you're earning serious interest, like high daily interest, on the money just sitting on the card, up to 9% APY in some cases.
Wow. Daily interest on your spending balance.
Yep. And third, often zero annual fees. It basically turns your everyday spending money into a kind of high-yield asset. It's wild.
Okay, but before we get into the nitty-gritty, because the details really matter here.
They do.
If you're listening and thinking, all right, I need to check these out, we've got you covered. The best crypto referral link with all the good sign-up bonuses for the cards we're about to discuss is right down there in the description. Click it.
Definitely use those links.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about why your old card is basically obsolete, that standard 1% cash back.
Yeah.
It's pocket lint. Seriously, why are we still bothering with cards that give you, like, coffee change?
Coffee change.
When these new crypto cards are offering these, well, ultra-luxurious advantages.
Let's just hammer those home again, the big 3.
Right, the trifecta. 1, spending actually earns you significant money back, 3 to 10%.
Okay.
2, your balance, the money just sitting there waiting to be spent, earns more money. High APY, calculated daily.
And 3.
3, just signing up often earns you money. Free card, welcome gifts, sometimes a cash bonus, often enough to cancel out any tiny fee that might exist somewhere.
So it's like your old 1% card is a rusty bicycle.
Yeah, exactly.
And these stablecoin cards are like, what? A rocket ship? High-speed rail?
Definitely not the bicycle. Maybe a custom-built maglev train. Smooth, fast, efficient.
Okay, but here's where I need to push back a bit. My bank definitely can't offer 9% interest or 10% cash back sustainably. Where is this magic money coming from? Is this whole thing just gonna, implode?
That's the critical question. And it's where these aren't just cards. The why is actually quite straightforward if you understand the engine behind them.
Okay.
These cards are linked to major centralized crypto exchanges. And these exchanges, they take the stable coins you deposit.
The USDC, the USDT.
Exactly. And they don't just sit on it waiting for you to buy coffee. They plug it into high-yield DeFi protocols, lending, liquidity providing, sophisticated treasury management. Things banks do, but way more aggressively and efficiently in the crypto space. The reward isn't really funded by card fees. It's funded by the yield the exchange generates on your money. And they pass a big chunk of that back to you as the incentive.
Okay, that makes sense. So the 9% APY isn't really the card offering 9%. It's the underlying exchange's financial engine that the card is just a window into.
Precisely. That's the sustainability piece. It's yield generation, not just marketing fluff.
Got it. That changes how you look at it completely. All right, let's get specific then. We need to give you, the listener, a shortcut through the maze. We'll compare the top 4, starting with the easiest to get and moving towards the more VIP options.
Let's start with the accessible all-stars, Easerfy and Pionex. First up, Easerfy, the E5 card. It's getting a lot of hype right now. People are calling it the God card for 2025.
God card. Okay, high praise. What makes it so divine?
It's that combo of being super easy to get and having really strong rewards. It's free, no annual fee, and crucially, it works seamlessly with Apple Pay, Line Pay, the mobile payment systems you actually use.
Okay, convenience is key. What about the killer feature?
Unconditional 3% cashback. That's guaranteed until the end of 2025. Then it drops to 2%, which is still great.
3% is already way better than standard. Any catch, like a low cap.
The cap is actually pretty high. Around $1,000 USD worth of cashback per month.
Yep.
You'd need to spend a lot to hit that.
All right, so free card, mobile pay, 3% cashback. What about the interest? You mentioned high interest earlier.
Right, this is where the, let's call it the conflict point, comes in for Easerfy.
Yeah.
You can get roughly 9.4% APY on your USDC balance.
Wow, 9.4%.
You have to actively do something. You need to go onto their web platform and manually enroll your funds into their specific they earn with liquid product. It's basically a liquid staking pool.
Ah, okay. So it's not automatic interest on the card balance itself.
No. You have to take that extra step. So Easerfy gives you the potential for the absolute top-tier rewards, 3% cashback, 9.4% APY, but it demands a bit more effort, a bit more friction, especially for that interest.
Got it. Potential versus effort. How does Phoenix compare? You called it the simple, stable workhorse.
Exactly. If Easerfy is the flashy sports car needing a bit of handling, Phoenix, the PX or Pi card, is like a super reliable Toyota Hilux, a tank.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It's probably the absolute easiest entry point. Free virtual card instantly, works with Apple Pay, Google Pay, and the key thing, everything is 100% in USDT stablecoin. Deposit USDT, spend USDT, get rewards in USDT. Super simple.
Simplicity sounds good, but what about the rewards? Is it competitive with Easerfy's 3%?
Well, this is the trade-off. The cashback is only 1%. And as our sources point out, that 1% cashback really just offsets the typical 1% foreign transaction fee you might encounter.
So spending doesn't really net you much gain.
Not directly from cashback, no. But here's the Phoenix appeal. Stability and guaranteed interest. It gives you a fixed 5% APY on your USDT balance, calculated daily, and you don't have to do anything. No manual enrollment, no moving funds.
Okay, so Phoenix is less about spending rewards and more about being a high-yield savings account you can spend from directly with perfect stability because it's all USDT.
That's a perfect way to put it. It's a zero-headache stability vehicle. Brilliant for that.
So for someone starting out, that's the first big decision point, the golden sentence maybe. Do you want Easerfy's higher potential, the 3% cashback, and chasing that 9.4% interest, which requires more action?
Right.
Or do you prefer Phoenix's rock-solid simplicity, the guaranteed 5% APY on your USDT balance, even if the spending rewards are basically neutral, effort versus certainty?
That's the core conflict for the accessible tier. Now, let's climb the ladder to the high-stakes players. These often ask for more commitment, but dangle bigger perks. Crypto.com, or CRO, and Bybit.
Ah, CRO. They were one of the originals, weren't they? But I remember their old model, you had to lock up huge amounts of their volatile CRO coin. That felt pretty scary.
It was scary, locking up thousands in a volatile token for months. Big risk. But they've smartened up, kind of reinvented themselves. They ditched the super high-risk staking for most tiers.
Okay, so how does it work now? Less volatility risk.
Much less. They've moved more towards a subscription model. Take their Plus card, it's like $5 a month. Or you can pay $50 for the year.
And what does that get you?
That unlocks 2% cashback, which is solid. Plus, they refund your Netflix and Spotify subs for 3 months.
Okay. A $50 annual fee, does that eat into the value?
Not really, especially at first. They usually have a sign-up bonus around $50 in CRO. So effectively, your first year is free, get a free trial of 2% cashback, and the cap is high, $1,250 a month in rewards, plus the subscription perks. It's a clever way to get you in the door and, get you hooked.
Okay, that makes sense for a trial. What about the real heavy hitters, the people who basically live in airport lounges?
Yeah, for them, there's the Pro Card tier. That bumps up to $30 a month. But you jump to 3% cashback, 6 months of subscription refunds, and this is the big one. 4 free annual visits to global airport lounges, over 1,700 lounges worldwide.
4 lounge visits for $30 a month, plus 3% cashback. That's actually pretty compelling compared to traditional premium cards.
Right. It offers serious prestige and perks that you'd normally pay hundreds for on a traditional card, often with worse cashback.
Okay, I'm waiting for the catch. You mentioned something about wear and tear earlier. Where's the friction with CRO?
The friction point is the mandatory currency conversion step. Because CRO is quite regulated, especially in places like Singapore where it's based, they use a specific settlement currency for spending. Sources say it's usually Singapore dollars, SGD.
So unlike Phoenix, where I spend USDT directly.
Exactly. With CRO, you first deposit your stablecoin, say USDC. Then inside the app, you have to convert that USDC into SGD before you can actually spend using the card.
Oh, okay. I see.
That's an extra step.
Yeah.
And each conversion might have a tiny spread, a slight variance from the perfect market rate. It's not huge, but it adds complexity and that little bit of value erosion. That's the conversion friction or wear and tear.
Got it. Complexity traded for convenience and higher tier perks. Okay, now for the final boss. The Bybit card, or BAT card. You called it the VIP ultimate weapon. 10% cashback, 8% interest. That sounds almost too good to be true.
It is phenomenal if you can get your hands on the right version. The headline numbers are staggering, up to 10% cashback for new users, though capped at $75 total reward. A baseline 8% daily interest on your balance, and full refunds for GPT, Netflix, Spotify, after you spend just $500.
Okay, 10% cash back, even capped, is nuts, and 8% daily interest is huge. I'm braced for the catch. What's the access barrier? How high is this fence?
The fence is less a fence and more like a heavily guarded velvet rope at the world's most exclusive club.
Uh-huh.
To get the physical Bybit card, the one you can tap anywhere, you need VIP 1 status.
Which means?
Which means either keeping a $100,000 balance on Bybit or having a monthly trading volume of $1 million.
Wow. Okay, so not for casual users.
Definitely not. Now, there is a free virtual card. Anyone can get that. But, and this is the big but, you cannot add the virtual card to Apple Pay or Google Pay. It's only for online purchases and subscriptions.
So the golden sentence here is pretty clear then. Yeah. Getting the Bybit physical card is like trying to book a table at that impossible-to-get Michelin 3-star place.
Yeah.
Unless you're already a whale, you're basically just getting the online takeout menu.
That's a perfect analogy. You get the online utility, which is still great for subscriptions, but not the everyday tap-and-go convenience.
Okay. Is there anything else unique about Bybit for those whales who do get past the velvet rope?
Yes, there's one really interesting feature, kind of an arbitrage hack for insiders. The card has a credit card mode. Meaning you can actually borrow against your crypto balance held on Bybit using the card. And the interest rate for borrowing might be relatively low, say 4%.
Okay.
But remember, your underlying balance is still earning that 8% APY. So you borrow at 4% while earning 8% on the collateral. That spread allows sophisticated users to do some clever leverage and yield stacking. It's quite advanced.
Fascinating. A tool for the pros. Okay, let's ground all this theory. You ran a reality test, right? A deep dive into actual spending. You bought something small, like $1.63 worth.
Yep, a small everyday purchase, equivalent to about $1.63 USD, using Easerfy via Apple Pay, Pionex via Apple Pay, and Crypto.com, doing the conversion step.
What do the numbers show? Let's start with Easerfy, the God card.
Okay, Easerfy. The initial transaction cost was actually a tiny bit higher than the exact exchange rate. It cost 1.65 USD instead of 1.63. Well,
bit of spread there.
A tiny bit. But the 3% cashback kicked in instantly. That was about 0.04 USD back. So the final net cost was roughly 1.61 USD, cheaper than the item's actual price. The cashback made it a net win.
Okay, so the aggressive cashback overcame any slight spread. What about Pionex, Mr. Stability?
Pionex was, well, mathematically perfect, exactly as expected. It charged the 1% foreign transaction fee, but instantly credited the 1% cashback. Net cost. Exactly 1.63 USD.
Perfect stability. Zero gain from the spend itself, but also zero loss.
Precisely. And remember, that 5% APY is ticking away on the balance the whole time, completely separate from the transaction.
Well, right. That's the hidden benefit. And CRO, with the conversion friction, how did that fare?
So the user testing this was on the higher private tier, getting 4% cash back. They did experience that conversion friction, the STD step, but that powerful 4% cashback more than compensated for it. The final net cost was the lowest in the small test, around 1.56 USD equivalent.
Interesting. So for higher tiers, CRO's cashback can overcome its own friction, at least on small buys. What about the big Bybit test? You tested that 10% intro offer.
We did. Tested it on a larger online purchase where the virtual card works perfectly. And yes, even after accounting for Bybit's 2% foreign transaction fee.
They charge 2%. Ouch.
They do. But even after that 2%, the 10% cashback meant the user netted an 8% gain on the purchase. It absolutely validated how powerful Bybit is for big online spending or subscriptions if you're eligible for the cashback.
Wow, 8% net gain is incredible. Did you try the credit card arbitrage feature?
We did try one thing. Using the credit feature to directly buy more crypto. The transaction was blocked, which is useful info. It shows the card networks still have rules. You can't just use these easily to buy crypto assets directly with the card itself, even in credit mode. They're meant for spending, not asset acquisition via the card rails.
Good to know. Okay, let's wrap this up. Based on all this, what's the clear advice? If you're just starting out, want easy mobile payments.
Easerfy or Pionex are your go-tos. Easerfy for potentially higher rewards with a bit more effort. Pionex for ultimate simplicity and guaranteed 5% APY.
Okay. And if you love a physical card, want lounge access, and don't mind that extra conversion step for better perks,
then Crypto.com is probably your best fit, especially since that first year's fee is often covered by the sign-up bonus. You can try out the higher tiers.
And Bybit.
Bybit remains the undisputed king for, well, the whales who can get the physical card, or for anyone doing significant online spending and subscriptions where the virtual card shines. If you can get past the VIP gate or use the virtual card effectively, the rewards are unbeatable.
So the core takeaway really is, these crypto cards have landed. That dimension reduction attack you mentioned, it feels real. Compared to these, traditional reward cards just seem fundamentally outdated.
They really do. They're playing a different, much less rewarding game.
The choice then really boils down to your personal priority, which leads us to the final thought for you listening. Are you going to prioritize that rock-solid, head-it-and-forget-it simplicity of Femex's guaranteed 5% interest on your spending money?
Or are you chasing those potentially higher, more elusive rewards, the 9%, the 10% cash back that come with, a few more hoops to jump through, like Easerfy's manual interest or Bybit's VIP status? And always remember that little bit of wear and tear from things like CRO's conversion friction.
It's a fascinating set of trade-offs.
Definitely. We covered a lot of ground, some quite technical, but hopefully we've made these powerful new tools feel a bit clearer and more approachable.
And remember, if you want to jump in, the best crypto referral link covering all the cards we talked about with the top bonuses is right down there in the description. Check it out.
Please do. It helps support us bringing you this kind of deep dive.
Welcome to subscribe and like this deep dive so we can continue to bring you these essential breakdowns of complex topics.